All right. Good night, everyone. Good night and welcome to day four of the Agribusiness Incubator Ideation training. We are so very happy to have you back. I know that you're all very excited to be with us tonight. And so we also are very much enthusiastic to get this process going. My name is Silverio Marin, and I'm going to be your host for tonight. And with us, we also will have Ms. Precious Fortune, who will be delivering tonight's session. But before we go on to tonight's session, I just want to let you know and remind you that this capacity building activity is being held under the project Technical Assistance for Inclusive, Sustainable, and Resilient Food Systems in the rural and peri-urban areas of the Cayo district as a result to the COVID-19. The project is part of the TCP, a technical cooperation program between the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise. We have been covering several topics over the last few weeks, and so we want to continue sharing a lot more information with you. And so we are going to continue to have these sessions as they have been scheduled. And of course, we'll share the schedule with you a little bit later on. Now we'll get ready to move on to our presentation. But just before we do that, I know that we're starting up a new year. So this past year, I should say, has been one for the books, most certainly. And so we just want to say how thankful we are for your support this year. And we are wishing you all the best as we enter a brand new year. And as we enter a brand new year, I want to leave you with two quotes for tonight. These quotes are the first one from Peter Dunker and the second one from Simon Sinek. And I think that they are very complementary to each other. And so I want to share them with you tonight. The first one says entrepreneurship is neither a science nor an art, but it is a practice. And so we must dream big, we must start small, but most of all, we must start. And so with that, I will now leave you with our one of our colleagues from the Bahamas who will be presenting tonight's session. With us, we have Miss Precious Fortune, who is from the Bahamas and who will be telling us all about one key topic here, the customers and the beneficiaries. So she's going to tell you a little bit about the market research, the market comp competition, sales strategies. She's going to even tell you a little bit about the target audience and understanding your customers, even customer relationships, and the motivation and customer service. So over to you, Precious.
Yay! Good night, everyone. I'm so excited for tonight. Tonight is a well, we have very important topics because knowing your customers and beneficiaries is very important to any business. Um, and so before we kick off, I would like to start us off with an icebreaker. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Hmm. Oops. All right, so I'm having a little challenge. Let's see if I can get the slide up on the screen. Okay, great. So I want you guys to write your answers in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be? I want to see where you guys want to be. For me, let me start it off with I would like to be in Thailand, laid up on a beach with a drink that has a nice umbrella and four lychees with two cherries on top. So where would you guys like to be if you could be anywhere in the world right now? You can put your responses in the comment. Oh, I see. Valley of Peace, Belize. That sounds nice and peaceful. That's a great way to ring in the year. I see New Zealand. Oh, that's exciting. I always wanted to go to New Zealand. Israel. I want to hear from you guys. Where would you want to be? It's 2022. There have to be a place, a destination that you guys wanted to, you know, put on your bucket list and go. And so, let me see where you guys are thinking. Barcelona is beautiful. I had a great time there. At my ranch. Emma, are we invited? Let us know. Let us know. Egypt. That's nice. I would like to go see the pyramids. So, thank you guys for participating in that icebreaker. Some lovely destinations that you guys are choosing. And I'm so excited for us to kickstart for tonight. And so, we're going to jump right in. So, the first thing when it comes to learning about your customers and beneficiaries, the first thing is, who's a customer? So, the customer is someone who is purchasing a product or service. And who's the beneficiary? That's someone who's going to benefit from that product or service. And so, a good example could be like baby food. Me, the mother, I'm going to purchase the baby food. So I'm your customer, but my child is going to benefit from it. And so that's a good example of your customers and beneficiaries. So the first thing is market research. What is market research? And market research is so important because, before you can begin to define who is your customer, you got to go there and search and figure out your market research. So market research is an organized effort to gather information about target markets and customers, know about them, starting with who they are. It is an important component of business strategy and a major factor in maintaining competitiveness. So, how many of you, all of you, I'm going to call you guys entrepreneurs, how many of you have started your market research now that you have your big business idea, or you may be an existing business? And so, in getting to be a business, you would have went out there and, tried to find out who's going to be your customer. All right, so we have a quick little video that's going to give us more on market research. Let me see if I can get the video up on the screen. Let me see. I'm having a little technical difficulties in getting the video up on the screen to play. Let me see if one of my colleagues are able to assist me here. Let me see if we can. Okay. So hopefully we can get this video to play so that you guys can learn a bit more on market research. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share the video on Telegram right quickly, since we're having challenges in starting it on the live, because we don't want you guys to be delayed. We only have a short time frame. So the link is going to be posted right now on Telegram so that we all can watch it and go from there. So as we go back into market research, who are you going to sell your product to? And so that's the biggest thing. Like, that's so important. So after you would have went out and figured out who you're going to sell your product to, you now need to look at 4 key components, because then you're going to begin looking into competition. So you got to set a competitive pricing. You have to understand that storytelling is one of the most powerful marketing tools. You have to be able to solve your customers' pain points, and then you must be able to provide great customer service. And so after you would have done your market research and you would have known, you would have said, okay, well, I am selling, let's say, watches. And my target market is males between the ages of 35 to 50. You would then now look at who is your competitor in the market. So there are 5 different types of competitors: direct, potential, indirect, future, and replacement. Who wants to take a wild guess? You can rest your answers in the chat. What is a direct competitor? Anyone wants to take a guess? I know you guys are so smart. You guys all know the answer. So a direct competitor is somebody who has the same product and services as you in the same market. So a good example of a direct competitor would be Pizza Hut and Domino's, or somebody that's basically selling popcorn. Um, a potential a potential competitor is someone who is a direct, indirect, or replacement competitor, and they currently have no distribution in the market. So, an example would be someone who is doing like organic honey cosmetics, but they're only in the Cayo district, and they've not yet went over to Orange Walk or Toledo, but eventually they have the potential to expand their market into Orange Walk. And so that may be like, okay, I'm selling tamarind, specialties tamarind balls with pepper sauce. And right now I'm dominating the Cayo district. And so eventually I'm going to have the potential to expand my product into different markets. And so that's a potential competitor. Another type of competitor is an indirect competitor. An indirect competitor is someone who is selling different categories of products and services in the same market. So a good example would be, let's say, McDonald's and Burger King. They have a long list of all the different products that they're selling, but they're in the same market. A future competitor is somebody who is basically the same as potential, but they're more likely to enter into the market, meaning that they're ready to jump in and they can dominate the market at any point in time. A replacement competitor, a good example would be someone like Uber or Lyft. They would have replaced taxis. And so when you're looking at your product, you also have replacement competitors. So these are the different type of competitors that you guys will face when you're looking after you've done your market research, and now you're looking at your market competitors as it relates to your customers. So our next video, which will be on our market, well, it's perfect market competition, that will also be posted in the Telegram chat. And it's a great video because it shows you how selling someone that's selling lemonade in a perfect competitive market, they have a fair chance to enter and exit the market. The price of what they're selling their lemonades at, it doesn't, like, no company is able to basically set the price because it's perfectly competitive. So now we're going to look at sales strategy and target audience. So sales strategy is very important. Sorry, guys. One second. Okay. So sales strategy and target audience is very important. I apologize, everyone. I have a toddler in the background that is... So sales strategy and a target audience is very important, because you have to define a sales strategy based on the person that you're targeting. So what you find is a group of people identified as likely as customers. You're going to be looking at their location, their age, their gender, and their socioeconomic status. So, in order to market effectively to any given audience, it is important to become familiar with the habits, behavior, likes, and dislikes of your target market. These might be adults, teens, children, mid 20s, preschoolers, men or women. So, we have another video that shows sales strategy. I see you guys in the comments. We have another video that's going to be posted in the Telegram that shows how to effectively do sales strategies. Because sometimes if you have different ages, if you're targeting someone that is a millennial, your sales strategy is definitely going to be different from someone that's older or senior in their 60s or 70s based on your target market. So I have this question here. If you try to sell to everyone, then you'll end up selling to no one. How many of you guys believe that? I want to see your responses in the chat. If you try to sell to everyone, then you'll end up selling to no one. And so what that basically is saying is when you start with your product and your business, you just simply cannot try to sell your product to every single one. That's why it's very important for you to have a niche market. So I see Emma says she's agreeing. Mario says that he somewhat agrees. Green Valley Spice, it's important to have a target market. Alex, yes, indeed. So I see most of you are agreeing with that. So what's going to happen is if you don't set a niche market, you're most likely going to have a challenge in trying to sell whatever product it is that you're out there trying to sell. So it's very important, to do your research and to narrow in on who is going to be the best customer and your potential customer. Okay, so we have another video that will address sales strategy that's going to be posted in the Telegram chat. So unfortunately tonight, because of technical difficulties, a lot of the content videos we're not able to play directly on the live, but they will also be in the Google Classroom, which you guys can access. So now let's look at customer relationship. How many of you think that customer relationship is important? So now that the first step was you needed to identify your customer. You then needed to see what was the competition surrounding getting your customer. And now customer relationship. So I'm someone that believes that customer relationship is very important because that is what's going to keep the customer. So you can potentially yield a customer and bring a customer in, but now you need to be able to sustain and maintain the customer. And that's where customer relationship comes in. So it's the business strategy used to foster long-term relationships. So in customer service, you see that how you interact with the interaction between buyer and seller, it can be through email, through phone, through social media, website, post mail, in person, on-site support, and SMS. So I see a comment from Mario. If toilet paper is your product, everyone is your customer. That's a good joke. So out of all of these different interactions, ways that we interact with customers, what model do you find is most commonly used nowadays? Now I'm going to say social media because right now we're in a digital era. And so the way that customers are reaching out a lot is through a lot of social media platforms. But even though they're reaching out through social media platforms, I find that customers still want the physical interaction, and they also want the personal phone calls. So I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Which way do you find that we're interacting with customers more through customer service? So I see a few of you are saying social media. That's the biggest thing right now. Okay. Do you guys feel as if post mail is outdated, but still necessary depending on your target market? Because let's say if you're selling a product that may be geared to seniors that are not social media savvy or tech savvy, post mail may be the best avenue for them. But social media is the new strategy in terms of that customer service interaction. So Green Valley Spice post mail is necessary to ship the items. Yeah. Okay, so most of you are saying social media. Great. So we have 2 more videos that basically will be placed in the Telegram chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow us, let me see if they are in, because these are very good interactive, engaging videos. Okay, so all of the videos will be shared at the end of the session. And I think what I would like to do is, if you guys can watch all of the videos at your own leisure, I would like to do a refresher at our next session, will be on marketing, because the videos would have added a lot more depth into tonight's session, as it relates to customers and beneficiaries. And also, this is also a big part of marketing, because how many of you think that marketing is one of the most important aspects of the business? Let me see. So Jamie is saying social media, but okay, Alex, okay. Posts are good. Okay. So I love on all the comments in the chat. Mommy. But how many of you feel as if marketing is one of the biggest components to business success? Because as we go into the next session, we're going to dive more into the marketing aspect of the business. And marketing is so important because it allows you to share your products and services with your niche audience, which we would have discussed customers and beneficiaries. So marketing is what gives your business a voice. And without that voice, you're not able to reach your customers or connect with them. So Shawala, marketing allows us to capture customers. Yep. Great. Okay, so I'm loving all of the responses that are coming in. So what I would like I said, for all of you to do is, when you get it some chance, go through the content in the Google Classroom. I'm going to post the link. I want blue, Mommy. I want blue. I want blue, Mommy. And this would allow you to see the videos, and the videos will also be posted to the Telegram. And what we will do is a refresher for the next class based on the videos that would have been included in this If there are any questions, feel free to post also in the chat so that we can answer them. Okay. And you all have a bit of homework as you redefine your businesses. You're able to then, most importantly, look at your niche markets and who are going to be your target customers for your product and service. So that's the first start as we move heavily into marketing. So post your comments, your questions in the chat box. And just a reminder that the videos, all of the videos from tonight's session will be posted in the Telegram group. And next week, before we start our next session, we will have a refresher off of those videos. And then I'll be able to answer any questions or concerns you may have. Yes, the videos are on in the Google Classroom. All of the videos are listed there. And you will have direct access to it 24/7. So the Google Class link has been posted. In addition to that, it's also on the screen. In addition to that, you are able to see the videos in Telegram and you'll be able to ask your questions. And like I said, these little small technical difficulties, that's minor. We're going to refresher on this next class as we go deep into more marketing. But tonight, your mini homework, because you are entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs do research, is you're going to come back strong knowing who your target market is and who you're trying to sell your products to. You're going to identify their ages, their location, their gender. You're going to look at who is your competition that's surrounding you for whatever product that you are trying to sell, whether it's corn, whether it is chicken, whatever it is. And that's going to help you with your business plan. Okay. Hopefully not. In the next meeting, you will not hear the voice of my lovely toddler.
Oh, Precious, you should bring him on board. We want to see.
No. Okay. Do we need to interview customers for the empathy map? That would be a great idea. You have nothing to lose by doing that. Marketing is vital to make your products accessible to your customers. Yes, indeed. And that's actually how you're going to get found. One thing you have to remember, marketing is the voice of your business. And if you keep saying that, that's going to make you. So if your voice is weak, that means you need to up your marketing game. And if you're upping your marketing game, then you're going back to your marketing strategy. And if you're going back to your marketing strategy, then you're going back to looking at who your market research and who's the competition surrounding you. So all it takes is those simple research and things to do. But you guys got this. You guys got this. And don't forget to watch the videos. Any more questions? No? Okay, good.
If there are any other questions and any queries, you can always write to us on via our email. It's agri.incubator@agriculture.gov.bz, and you'll see the address right here on our screen. Or you can also give us a call at our office in Central Farm at 804-2079. Precious, I think you've done a wonderful job tonight. I know that we have another member of staff with us tonight as well. I'm so amused, and it's so beautiful to hear the voice of a child behind the screens, because that's the reality that we face today, and that is the reality that a lot of our entrepreneurs are facing. They have to balance the housework, the caring for a family, and also the responsibilities of the job, and even more so when you are launching your own business, because it
Mhm.
does take a lot of time. And so we need to be able to balance those and bring them together. They're all part of our lives. So that's why I'm saying, Precious, we want to see this new member of the FAO and the Agribusiness Incubator. Perhaps
One
next.
last thing is make sure, guys, fill out the attendance form for tonight. The link will also be posted in Telegram if you missed it in the chat. That's very vital that you complete that for tonight's session.
I see that there is Mario Lara who's asking if we are supposed to be turning on any assignments weekly. There have been no assignments as yet. What we are asking you to do, Mario and everyone, is for you to go ahead and start filling out the Module C canvas. The canvas is available on our Google Classroom, and you can download the form and you can start to fill it in as we go along. Every session, we are talking about a particular component of the Module C canvas, and the sessions are geared to allow you to get clarity and understand your business perspective with regards to the business model, no, that you are creating. And so it'll be at the end when you will be able to present your fully developed Module C canvas, which is pretty much your business plan. Again, if you have any follow-up queries during the period from now to the next class, you can always write to us via the Telegram channel. We will be posting the videos there that you can look at as we go through the days from here. And we also are inviting you to leave your comments there. We can answer all your comments via Telegram. So if you are reviewing the videos and you have a question that you want to raise to Precious or to anyone of the team, then you can write to the Telegram channel. You can write to the email address agri.incubator@agriculture.gov.bz, or you can give us a call as well, and we will answer your queries.
One last thing, I saw Mario said that he tried and it wasn't edited the last session. So any of you that would have mentioned in the chats or comments that you had difficulties filling out the attendance form, we would have recorded your attendance. We would have made note of that, so you do not have to worry about the last session. And if you are having any challenges tonight, you can, once you post it in the comments chat or on Telegram, we will see and make a note of that. So do not panic, do not have anxiety. We got you. That's what we're here for.
That is right, Precious. Okay, Mario saying no attendance, the Module C. Yes, the Module C canvas is available on the Google Classroom. The Google Classroom link will also be shared in the chat and also here underneath our screen so that you can access that directly. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel that you are watching. I invite you all to subscribe so that you get the notifications of whenever we're having these sessions. I just want to say that next week we are going to have two sessions. We are going to have a session, our first session, our marketing session, which is also going to be led by Precious Fortune. This is her forte. So she's going to be telling us about marketing. No, she's going to, as you mentioned before, she's going to stress on marketing. She's going to talk to us about the marketing strategy and the marketing plan, the marketing mix, and product development and prototyping. All these elements that are vital and are complementary to the topic that we saw today. So Precious is also going to be having that session next week. Sorry, I got a little something on my throat. But we are also going to have a second session next week on Thursday. That is the 13th of January. So we're going to have a session on the 11th, that's a Tuesday, and another one on the 13th, which is the Thursday. So we ask you to keep attentive. We are going to be sharing the link as we usually do via Telegram, and we're also going to be sharing the videos that Precious has mentioned with you via Telegram. There you have the schedule of the dates that we are going to be having our agribusiness incubator ideation training. And we're going all the way to the end of January with these sessions. So from now on, in the next week, we're going to start to have 2 sessions per week so that we can move very quickly through the different topics. Remember, if you need any assistance in filling out your Module C Canvas, you can reach out to us via Telegram, via email, via phone, and we are right here to support you. Remember, it's Precious. We have Kentisha, we have Sergio, we have Carlos, we have Inessa, we have myself as part of the incubator team from both Belize and the Bahamas who are here to support you. So feel free to raise your questions, to express your queries, and we're going to be more than happy to respond to you. So the evaluation link has also been shared on the chat. So we are going to kindly ask you to fill out the evaluation. Let us know, provide us some feedback. Tell us how it is that you found these sessions. If you think that we can do something different for you to better grasp the concepts, let us know. We're here also to learn, and we want to be ensuring that you guys are grasping all the different concepts that we are sharing with you. If you have any other questions for Precious, also feel free to raise them on the chat. She's still here with us, so um, let's take advantage of her presence and her knowledge. You know?
Yes, and you can also private message me on Telegram if you feel as if you have a certain area that you need, you have questions or concerns or whatever it is on, and I will respond and make myself available because we're here to support you all so that you can have great business success.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I don't see any other questions coming up. This is Jordy saying, great presentation tonight. Kudos to you, Precious. Excellent presentation. And we have once again the evaluation link being shared. So please click on the link and fill out your evaluation. The evaluation that we are sharing with you is for the previous 3 sessions that we've had. So we're asking you to leave your comments with regards to those. And we are certainly looking forward to the next sessions that we'll be having. And remember, our next session is Tuesday of next week. Tuesday, we're going to have day 5 of the Agribusiness Incubator Ideation Training, and we're going to be looking at marketing. And we will once again have Precious, who is going to be sharing her knowledge on marketing. Very well. So I guess with that, we will say thank you to Precious for sharing such a wonderful presentation with us tonight. And thank you to her toddler as well for keeping us company and just sharing that laughter, no, that is very energizing. Um, and to you all, our audience, thank you so much for logging in and tuning in to our sessions and for also following us via Telegram, via YouTube, and also subscribing to the Google classroom. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to the Incubator team, to the Ministry of Agriculture from Belize and from the Bahamas. We want to say thanks and good night till Tuesday of next week.